Hey, it's Hunt. You found Hunt on Saints. We're talking black and gold football. Do us a favor. Hit the like button, share your comments below, and hit that subscription button so you can get all of our content. Enjoy. But let's circle back to the Saints. Yesterday closed out the preseason. I'll be quite candid. It's okay with me if I don't watch any more preseason football until next August. That's just fine with me. Just a lot of sloppy play. Some guys who are not going to be on rosters out there. It's a little bit clunky, but it serves its purpose. And for the Saints, they were going out there and they had some things to accomplish on Sunday, and we'll see what the results are over the next 48 hours as cut down date is fast approaching. It was a really cool day, obviously, for Jacob Kibodi, the running back who hails here from the 225, played at Louisiana Lafayette, an undrafted free agent of the New Orleans Saints, and he was able to go out there and really showed out. He had 12 carries in the game for 59 yards, had a couple touchdowns. One was really well blocked off the left side, and he was able to get into the end zone. The other, he just trucked a Titans defender inside the 5-yard line and got to pay dirt. He spoke after the game about how much it meant to him as a Louisianian who'd always dreamed of playing in that dome in high school, in college, and now getting that opportunity as a professional. He didn't get to play there in high school. Then ULL qualified for the New Orleans Bowl twice while he was there, but he wasn't able to play in either game. So this really was a huge opportunity for him, and he absolutely took advantage of it. And had a moment that even if he doesn't make this team, make a practice squad, he'll have that moment to look back on. A lot of friends and family were there to watch him, and he was exceptional. The Saints have some good players at running back. Kibodi's a good player. Jordan Mims is a good player. James Robinson had his moments in camp in the preseason as well. And all of this, to me, suggests like Kendre Miller is expendable. And I don't know Kendre Miller. I've never spoken to Kendre Miller. I don't even know if Kendre Miller is any good at football because I haven't watched him play. But what I know is that running backs are, to use a very, very overused cliche, a dime a dozen. You can go get another running back. The Saints have them on the roster. And if I'm giving a roster spot right now to either Jacob Kibodi or to Kendre Miller, like I'm giving it to Kibodi. I've had enough of Kendre Miller, who didn't even practice after 5 minutes were up in training camp. Yeah, it was an early pick, but if you can't play, you can't play. And they're going to keep him on the roster, and they're going to move forward with him, and he'll probably come back in week 3 or 4, and he'll probably play a little bit, but I just wouldn't deal with it if I was the Saints. I would go ahead and move on and find some guys that have been practicing and playing in some of these games. That's what I would do. I don't think they will do that. Speaking of that draft class, well, no, there was actually one before that. Trevor Penning went out there again in the early action on Sunday, and it's not that Trevor Penning is terrible in every rep. It's that Trevor Penning has too many terrible reps. NFL tackles cannot get beat that badly that often. And it's not like if you turned on the tape for Trevor Penning, like you would see plenty of reps where he does do the job, where he does get to the second level on a run block, where he does do a pass set and run the guy up the field. Like he does do some things well, but of course, anybody you put out there is going to do some things well. The misses are so glaring. He actually had some misses yesterday that were in the run game. Like you just heard me at the top of the segment say my favorite thing in the world is not grinding NFL preseason. So instead of like watching the ball, like I'll just watch some players on some plays. And I was watching Trevor Penning early on and like, there's a couple of reps. I was like, that's unacceptable. And I can't imagine the Saints are going to look at that tape and go, yeah, that's got to be our guy at right tackle. We're too far down the line to keep sending out the rope. Like reel it in, cut the bait. It's over. He's not going to be able to play at this level. Whether you think it was the right move to start him at left tackle last year, whether you think it's the right move to move him to right tackle, whether you think he should be a guard, no matter what you may think about Trevor Penning, the fact is that every time he goes out there and plays against NFL players, he has too many bad reps. Too many bad reps. And I just don't think he's going to be the right tackle to start the season. I could be wrong. It would make more sense if I was wrong. But this is just the way that I'm seeing it. We'll ask Matthew Paris when he comes on in 45 minutes, like, what do you think? But I just can't imagine that the Saints are going to move forward with Trevor Penning. I don't get that at all. Other kind of bigger storylines from the game. Big preseason for Blake Grupe. He hits from 54. He was 3 of 3 on his extra points, 2 of 2 on field goals. Did not miss in a preseason game this year. Been very good in practice, and all that is great. All that is a very, very good sign for New Orleans. However, we did see this last year. We saw him win that kicking battle, and we saw them send Will Lutz out, and then you saw Blake Grupe really perform poorly when the lights came on. I mean, potentially cost you a game in Green Bay. You've got to make kicks. He's clearly capable, and it's good that the Saints have those capabilities. They need to become consistencies. I'm hopeful. It was his first year in the league last year. That's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it needs to be damn near perfect at field goal kicker. Field goal kicker's not a lot of margin for error here. You can sign another kicker on Monday. You can sign another kicker after a tryout on Tuesday. They'll be ready to go. They don't have to learn the playbook. Just hop on in. But I thought it was a good preseason for Blake Grupe, and that's an encouraging thing for New Orleans. As I've watched, I don't have a strong conviction on backup quarterback. I have a tepid conviction. I think Spencer Rattler is the guy that you should use. I think that Spencer Rattler has a higher upside than Jake Haener. Slightly, but he does. And I think that there's a better chance you might really have a key organizational piece with Spencer Rattler than Jake Haener. It goes back to the original point. If Derek Carr goes down, the Saints are in big trouble. That's just the way it is. The drop down right now from Derek Carr to the second team quarterback, if it's Haener or if it's Rattler, is significant. The Saints, if Derek Carr goes down, are not making the playoffs. They're not winning the division. So my contention would be, if there are reps to go around, or if you need to send somebody out there to play in regular season games at quarterback, why not try the guy that could be that has a better chance, in my estimation, to be a lottery ticket? There's a better chance that that Spencer Rattler is Brock Purdy than Jake Haener is Brock Purdy. There's a better chance Spencer Rattler is Dak Prescott than Jake Haener is Dak Prescott. There's a better chance Jake Haener is I keep doing it. Better chance Spencer Rattler is Kirk Cousins than Jake Haener. Like, that's where I am on the Saints backup quarterback situation. It has nothing to do with who gives me the best chance to win this Sunday against Carolina or Tampa or the Jets. It's more about who gives me a chance to be a real key piece to this organization. And to me, that's Rattler. The arm talent's better. The athleticism's better. That throw he makes for a touchdown in the first half yesterday was fantastic. Dropped it right in the bucket. And Haener, to me, has more like, oh crap moments. Like, he's holding the ball in the pocket. He fumbled a couple times. And Rattler hadn't been perfect. Trust me. There have been issues with Rattler as well. They got guys that are learning, that are growing up. But if I were deeming a second-team quarterback for the Saints, I would go with Spencer Rattler. That's just my 2 cents on that. Any other takeaways that I may have had from the game? That was most of it. Once again, just a strictly production thing. Anthony Orji leads the team in tackles. He had 9, and 4 of them were solo. He's led the team in tackles 2 of the 3 preseason games. Now, you could say that's a bad thing because they're putting him out there when they're resting the guys that they're counting on during the season. You could say it's a good thing because, hey, that's a guy who's, when given the opportunity, is actually making plays. I think there's a real chance that Anthony Orji will make the team. I think he should make the team. If you're curious who's going to make the roster, the 53, Ross Jackson, who covers the Saints for us at LouisianaSports.net, has got a big piece up over the weekend that was projecting the top 53. He gave all the names, all the candidates, and I thought did a great job over at LouisianaSports.net. It's gotten a ton of traffic over there. So if you're interested in the Saints, want to check out who you think is going to make that final 53, Ross has that piece up over at LouisianaSports.net. Hey, it's on. Thanks for watching Hunt on Saints. Before you leave, help us out a little bit. Hit that like button, leave your comments in the section below, and hit that subscribe button so you get all our content right here from Hunt on Saints. We'll see you next time.